funny how some people forget after 8 years just how good we had it under the Clinton administration. Wednesday night, Bill took it upon himself, while boosting Barack Obama, to remind us. 16 years ago, Bill Clinton said, "The Republicans tried to diminish him by saying I was too young and too inexperienced to be commander-in-chief." Sound familiar? It didn't work in 1992 because we were on the right side of history, and it won't work in 2008 because Barack Obama is on the right side of history. Let's briefly visit Bill Clinton's history. Like Barack Obama, Bill Clinton campaigned on a middle-class tax cut. Upon being elected with a Democrat House and Senate, he immediately reneged on that pledge. He was soon later rewarded with the American people's firing of that Democrat House and Senate and their being out of legislative power for the first time in 40 years. Bill Clinton likes to tout the peace he brought to the world during his tenure, while conveniently leaving out the conflicts he initiated in Haiti, Mogadishu, Iraq twice, and Bosnia. While he claims George W. Bush did nothing for Africa, Bill left out the humanitarian disaster in Rwanda he ignored. Bill Clinton brags about the civility and lack of partisanship he brought to Washington, D.C. However, he hopes we've forgotten his personal acquisition of 900-plus FBI files of conservatives critical of him, and the inappropriate firing and smearing of employees in the White House who were to be replaced by his Arkansas Hollywood cronies. He left out how he did nothing for the environment, even in the presence of then Vice President, now environmental guru Al Gore. He left out how safe he left the world when he passed on an invitation to apprehend Osama bin Laden. Democrats now brag about their fiscal responsibility, even though they were removed from power in 1994 because of the lack of it, and because the national debt was reduced during Bill Clinton's reign. It's easy for them to leave out the fact that a then disciplined Republican Congress forced Clinton not to overspend. And let's not leave out his leadership skills when, as chief law enforcement officer of our nation, he lied under oath during a sexual harassment lawsuit, groped some of his female employees in the workplace, used the power of the government to threaten them and others into silence, used the power of the government to publicly smear their reputations, played hide the cigar with a young intern in the Oval Office, lied repeatedly to the American people about those encounters, got his wife to blame all the scandal fallout on the vast right-wing conspiracy, and was damn near impeached, dragged kicking and screaming, before fessing up. Quite the example for Barack Obama to live up to, eh? This is what happens when you coddle an entire generation. Wanted: enthusiastic self-starter at a busy commercial cleaning company. Requirements: must be able to find his way to the job interview. For most people, losing out on a chance of a new job is not something you want to shout about. But rather than keep it quiet, Darren Mirren failed to show up for his interview and then sued the employer when he could not find his way to the office. Legal experts believe the teenager typifies the growing compensation culture in Britain, which can see a 16-year-old sue a prospective employer. You think? And it's not just in Britain, believe you me. Just swap the word labor for liberal, and you'll get the gist. A generation of teenagers have become health time bombs because of their binge drinking, smoking, drug use, and underage sex, the conservatives warned yesterday. The scale of the health problems facing those aged 11 to 19 was laid bare for the first time by official figures. They show the number of young people admitted to hospital for treatment because they have abused alcohol, cigarettes, and drugs has soared. Cases of sexually transmitted diseases and abortion among schoolgirls have also rocketed under labor. Here, we call them Generation Y, or Obama supporters, the very ones who demand we take them and their issues seriously. Maybe they should learn to take care of themselves first. A culture of promiscuity among teenagers has sent rates of sexually transmitted infections soaring by 21% since 2003. Cases of diseases from chlamydia to gonorrhea have risen from 43,000 to 53,000. and the number of teenage girls having abortions after becoming pregnant following unprotected sex has increased by 15% from 36,000 in 2003 to 41,000 last year. Britain has one of the highest rates of teenage pregnancy in Western Europe. Critics claim teenage promiscuity is being fueled by the government's teenage pregnancy strategy, which involves making contraception and sex education more widely available. Under plans revealed last month, sex education could be given to children as young as 4. Sound familiar? And liberals in America want to mandate kids into universal Head Start at an earlier age. Earlier, to teach them that drinking, smoking, shooting up, and screwing around are things they'll eventually do, so have at it. Parents don't have to know about those inconvenient abortions, and there are great programs to catch kids when they fall. Oops, apparently not.